So, was this movie made for kids or was this movie made for me? I just got through watching Scooby-Doo and Krypto Too, and here are my thoughts. This movie, I really thought would be a great movie for me to sit down with my 2-year-old, have a fun movie about Scooby-Doo, and get to introduce him to some of my favorite DC characters as well, because Scooby's running into crypto. And the story premise of this movie is the Justice League have disappeared. There's this phantom-like creature at the Hall of Justice, and Scooby and gang get called in to come and help solve the mystery of where the Justice League went and figure out what happened, if there's a real ghost phantom thing or exactly what's going on.
I guess this really is a Mystery Inc. investigation.
Lots of shenanigans ensue. Lex Luthor somehow involved with it. All those sorts of things. And it's a lot of fun, and it's fun to talk about, fun to think about, and overall, just fun to watch. Now, my 2-year-old sat down to watch this with me, and didn't last very long. It didn't hold his attention, but that's okay, because it held my attention.
Jinky jeepers!
Run?
And I'm telling you, I really did have a lot of fun with this movie. From the opening bits where the Lois Lane and Jimmy are meeting the Scooby Gang, and they pull up in the mystery machine. There's jokes about the van. There's jokes about Velma's glasses and Lois not recognizing her when her glasses are off, that kind of thing. Really good stuff. But on top of that, they use the Hall of Justice, and they use some of the DC stuff in this movie to pay some homage to big comic book fans. I really enjoyed that they did that. I mean, all the way down to in the area of the Hall of Justice where they've got different memorabilia and things like that. There's a sign that says Ollie's famous chili. And if you know the story of Green Arrow and his chili, then you'll know that's a cool throwback. Now, is this going to win any animated awards? No. There's a reason it went straight to DVD when it released. This isn't the best, greatest, all-time animated film I've ever seen. Anything like that. But it's a lot of fun. And honestly, it's one of my favorite animated films of this year, just because of all the little stuff that it did to keep my attention all throughout this movie. And there was some nostalgia involved, because I love watching the old Scooby-Doo movies. Don't get me wrong. So there was some of that. But the dynamic between Scooby and Krypto, the Superdog, how that all comes together, watching them work together, it was absolutely amazing. This movie flew by. Didn't even notice the runtime on it, that it was a full-length movie. I would have thought this was an episode of Scooby-Doo television. That's how quick it flew by, because it kept you engaged all the way through. Again, one of my top movies of the year? No, it's not going to be that. But this is absolutely one I'm going to recommend for anybody that has kids to sit down and watch with them. Maybe not as young as 2-year-old, because the themes in this movie may not work really great with a really young one like mine was. But a regular kid, absolutely. This would be a fun movie to sit down with your kids and watch. Great family fun. And the voice acting. They brought back Matthew Lillard for Shaggy. They got Frank Welker in here. They even brought in Tara Strong to play a few of the voices in here, including Lois Lane. So that was really cool. Everything I wanted out of this movie, I got out of this movie, and then some. And that's all I can say about this. I don't have a whole lot more to add. This movie is what it is. It's Scooby-Doo meets Krypto the Superdog, and they rescue the Justice League. That's what this is all about. So if you're into that kind of story, if you love Scooby-Doo, this is absolutely a typical Scooby-Doo story that is a lot of fun. So let me know in the comments if you've watched this movie, what you thought of this movie. I'd love to hear your thoughts. On the Movie Time minute scale, I'm going to rate this one a 45 out of 60, because that's how good this movie was. To me, it's up there towards the top of animated movies for this year, even though it doesn't quite reach the level of some of the bigger ones we had in theaters. But it's one I absolutely will rewatch. And when my kid gets a little older, I'll rewatch it with him again as well. Thank you for watching Movie Time Minute.